Broadcasting from Watts Creative Studios and live on Grove Street FM. You're listening to Talk Local to Me, brought to you by the Central Virginia Business Coalition.
Good afternoon, Talk Local to Me loyal listeners. Welcome back to another episode of Talk Local to Me, brought to you by the Central Virginia Business Coalition. And I am Heather Alto with the Central Virginia Business Coalition. And if you're listening, I would really rather have a sponsor that says brought to you by so-and-so. So think on that, people. We got some sponsor opportunities for businesses. We've been going on how many years, Woody? Almost two?
Two.
Almost 2 years. Y'all have been listening to me ramble on for an hour of your day. So would love to be able to pitch a few businesses up on here. But yeah, we've got Maggie McCanna in here with me today. How are you, Maggie?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am wonderful. Actually, I don't know why, but it's a good day. I just feel happy today. I don't know. I mean, I feel happy a lot of the times, but I don't think I'm depressed or anything. But
it's always a good way to spend the day is feeling happy.
I feel like I have a really busy day. Like I've had meetings like back to back to back to back. And then like when I leave here, I have more meetings back to back to back to back. And sometimes I like that for me. Like I have to have busyness, because if I get that lull, then I'm just kind of like, I want to go take a nap. And then you know how like if you take a nap in the middle of the day, then you're just lazy for the rest of the time. Like you don't want to get up. And that's just, so I like having busy days. When I leave here, I'm really excited. I'm going to throw my plug into Chapel Creek Farms. I'm super excited. I'm going back out there to get my beef share. Not a beef share, but I do like one of their beef boxes. Mm-hmm. I highly encourage, if you are looking for beef, check them out. Like
if you're looking for beef, not a beef, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, don't go out there and start anything with Melanie or Johnny, don't go out there and just try to start problems. No. But, no, I get there.
I think they have a bull that'll take care of that.
Yeah, probably.
They can squash that beef really quick.
Yeah, probably so. But no, I actually, since I have started getting my hamburger and stuff from there, I don't want to get anywhere else. I won't go. So they have like beef shares, but then they also have like, you can just get ground beef packages. Mm-hmm. So that's what I've started getting, like ground beef packages. So I'm heading out there with my cooler to stuff my freezer and take some of that on my, I'm going on my very first camping trip.
Ooh, congratulations.
With our camper. We have a camper now. Oh. So I'm a camper person. We'll see. We were doing something the other day and I looked at my husband and I forget what I said. I forget what I was talking about. He was like, "You are such a city girl going camping." He's like, "This is going to be really fun." But
but you have a camper, so it's not exactly the same.
We have a small camper. So I will say like, and I see all these large campers and like, they're nice and all, but we got, my husband's grandfather had a 1969 Shasta that he gave to us. And we've been kind of doing some reno, inside of it, getting it ready. So it's small but cozy. It's big enough to fit me and my husband and my little one. So we're going to go out. We're going up to Bull Run Campground, doing some camping. So I'm excited for that. We're going with some friends of ours. So it should be fun.
Oh, good.
There's a big water park up there. I'm not a good picture taker. You want to come with me and take pictures?
Yes.
I'm going to hide you in my camper.
Yes, I do. I haven't been camping in a long time.
So yeah, I have. Last time I went camping, like we went to the same campground, but we just rented a cabin. So that wasn't like hardcore camping.
That's glamping.
Yeah, that's glamping. So let's talk about, so we're going to be talking with Maggie today about all the hats she wears, and she wears like 50. I thought I was busy, but I think Maggie maybe even more, but I know it's at least 3 or 4. How many is it?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go.
And then other things in the free time, but
lots of things.
There's not a whole lot of free time.
Lots of things to talk about. So, is there anything in particular we want to start with today? Do we want to start with the photography, or we want to get into what else?
Let's start with the photography.
Let's start with the photography.
That's the main.
I mean, since you brought up taking pictures, let's do that.
Because I am a big fan of pictures, taking them and seeing other people's pictures.
I'm a big fan of pictures. However, I'm not good at it. And I always try and blame the camera on my phone, but I really think it's the person taking the photo. I think it's me. But because even when I get a new phone and I'm all excited, like, oh, it'll have a better camera, it's still not good. I think it's just me. So yeah, let's talk pictures. So Maggie Takes Pics is the name of your company.
Mm-hmm.
What do you kind of, I know photographers, there's different people that specialize in different things, or is there something in particular that you specialize in? I mean, I know, but I want to let our listeners know.
Yes. If you haven't come across me yet. Hi, I'm Maggie with Maggie Takes Pics. I've been a photographer for 12 years and, longer than that actually, but I started the business 12 years ago. I specialize in women's portraits, from tweens, age 10, middle school, when they're trying to find out who they are and figure all that out, and they're growing. They're not little kids anymore. But they're not grown up yet either. So we celebrate that age through high school seniors, and then women. And I started it for the moms, because moms are usually the ones with the cameras in their hands.
Right.
They're the ones who are taking the pictures of the kids and their husbands and the dog and the camping trip, but they're never in the pictures.
Right. Or unless you're trying to take a selfie, which
unless
if you're
trying
me,
to take a selfie, which is just
they're
ridiculous.
not good. I don't do half the time I hit the wrong button and then I'm cussing at my phone because then I, cut my phone off in the middle of a beautiful selfie that could have been, but then,
half the time I even know how I'm supposed to be doing this, and it takes me 35 pictures before I get one that I like. So half the time my eyes are squinty and I'm not a good angle because I'm laughing at the fact that the photographer is having so much trouble taking a picture of herself.
Right.
And there's just some things that you can't do with a selfie. And everybody knows if it's a selfie, just because of the angle, you've got your arm at a weird place. They know.
Yeah.
So every now and then you need to get somebody else to point the camera at you. And it's usually better if they know what they're doing, so that you look your best.
Yeah. Because sometimes I'll do a selfie and I'll be like, oh, or hi triple chins or however many are there when I'm taking them. And
there's
Maggie
multiple.
has this beautiful way of it's awkward as heck. I'm not going to lie. Like,
it feels weird.
Stick your chin out. So Maggie has done our headshots for the Central Virginia Business Coalition. So if you go to our website, cvabc.org, you'll see our headshots there. They were done by Maggie and they're beautiful. But I know it's so funny. Like, I feel weird because but there's certain ways you can actually hold your neck so that it does help. For those of us that have a little extra under the chin,
or we're just more conscious of it because everybody's got it.
Yeah.
It's just that some of us are more conscious of it than others. But yes, if you stick your chin forward, a little bit, it feels like you're a turtle.
Yes.
And then you bring it down just a little bit so that your eyes are closer to the camera and your eyes will look larger. Whatever's closest to the camera. If you want to tip forward a little bit and bring that face forward.
You know what I feel like when you ask me to do that? I feel like E.T. Have you ever, the movie E.T., how his neck is like
he's
long,
like super long
and his little thing. I always want to look at you and be like, Maggie.
Really?
So anyway, yeah, I love E.T. But so that's one thing I can definitely attest to with Maggie is that she does know how to make you look good. Because I like my my headshot. It's not one that I got and so like, no,
And you're not going to get to stand there and just be square and be a rectangle. I'm going to move you. I'm going to shape you. Even if it's a headshot, the way you hold your body makes a difference in the whole, even in the way the upper body is held. So yeah, you get twisted. You get yoga workout when you come have pictures with me.
One of the projects that I know you have done, I don't know if you're finished with it yet, but you did the 50 over 50 project.
I have not finished that project yet. So yes, there is still availability. If there is a woman out there over the age of 50, I am celebrating her strength and wisdom and beauty that comes with folks of that age and older. I think my oldest person is 76 right now. No, 78. I have a 78-year-old in the collection, and I have some that are just 50. But at that particular point in your life, your children have usually moved away, and there's nobody to take pictures of you
Right.
at that point.
Well, and I think sometimes
so I want to get that in there and celebrate them.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's awesome because I think too, and I don't know, because I mean, I'm not 50 yet. I'm definitely getting up there, but
Nope, not yet.
even at 40 though, sometimes you just want to feel pretty. Like you just want to feel, you want to look at pictures and say, wow, I sit there and think about when I was younger. You see you see all these young teenagers all over the Instagrams and the Facebooks and the TikToks and all the different whatever media channel you're on. And you think back like, gosh, I wish I looked like that again. But a lot of times it's just about capturing, you're still beautiful, but you don't, a lot of times you don't think about that because you just think, oh, I'm getting older. And I think that word old kind of takes away from, all of that. Like, don't look at yourself as old. Look at yourself as beautiful, and you've aged to perfection and all this wonderful. Look at me. I'm making myself feel better right now. If anybody's got any other words they want to throw out at me, but yeah, I think doing a photo shoot like that, it's really encouraging.
I think it is. And it for the 50 over 50, it's a celebration of them. And it's interesting because I know a lot of 40 somethings who have expressed interest. They're like, oh, I wish I could do this, but I'm not yet there. So I think as soon as I finish my 50 over 50, I'll probably do a 40 over 40.
Okay.
So watch for that, but it'll probably be another year because it's taken me longer to do this project than I thought. A couple of other things kind of sidelined it for a little bit, but watch for advertising on Facebook coming in the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
Because it's that time.
Now, you also specialize in boudoir photos, which I don't know if did you say that earlier? I don't remember if you did or not, but I'm bringing it up because I know you do.
Yeah.
Whether you said it earlier or not. So that's another thing that I always think when people say that, I always think, oh my gosh, like that would be so like weird and embarrassing, but you make it fun.
It's tons of fun. And most of the women who have done boudoir with me are over 40. So I find that rather interesting too. But it's a good celebration of your body and where you are and what you've accomplished and what it's accomplished and feeling good about yourself. I mean, this is the ultimate feel good about yourself. And we have a great time because, I mean, you sit there and you go, this is absolutely ridiculous. I'm standing in front of somebody in my underwear with a camera pointed at me. And this is so weird. But it's, we're going to sit, we're going to relax, we're going to have fun. And you're not going to show anything that, if it's not Facebook friendly, I don't want to see it.
Oh, yeah.
So they're very modest.
And if you want to show it, that's probably not the right place for you either.
If you want to show it, no. I do have limits. We're not going to kill anybody's modesty, whether yours or mine. But I love that's probably one of my favorite genres because women come alive in front of that camera, but they really, really come alive in a boudoir shoot. You get to see, because you're seeing them in their most vulnerable. And then they come into this sense of power and confidence, and it just radiates. It's amazing. I love it.
Now let me ask, because I think that, with photography, people I'm trying to think, sometimes they're hesitant to go out and do it because they're worried that they're going to just be paying too much and they're not going to like the picture. You know what I mean? Like but you do all types of photography and you are very affordable when you're looking at, things like that. And you will, like, we're talking about women's boudoir and we're talking about the 50, but you will do families and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. If that's the only way I can get mom in front of the camera is with a family picture, I will take your family picture. Now it is, it's actually, we're coming into fall family photo season.
Right.
Alliteration. I love it. Fall family photo season is fast approaching. So if you have not booked your photographer for fall color, I would highly suggest getting on that really soon. You'll see some fall minis out there with some photographers that are starting in mid-October. I like to wait until like early November because that's when the color seems to be at its peak.
Yeah.
So those first 2 weekends in November, because that cold snap comes in sometime mid-October into late October, but I don't want to mess with Halloween. So, but I have always been looking up at the end of October going, it's not color yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then boom, within a week after Halloween, there it is.
It's my favorite time of year.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I know people already got their Christmas trees out, Brandon Brown. Now, I don't know if he does or not. Probably 'cause his new house isn't up
Somebody
yet.
was putting up Christmas lights the other day. And I'm like, really? Already?
Yeah.
I need to celebrate Halloween
But
first.
I love the fall. The fall is my favorite. Like that's, I know people say like, and don't get me wrong, Christmas lights do make me happy. Like there is some joy within those, but I love the fall area.
But it's so dark so early.
Yeah, that's the part I'm not a fan of.
Some of us are big fans of sunset because they make really beautiful pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Golden hour is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But now golden hour is going to be in the middle of the afternoon, and I have a hard time with that.
Yeah, I agree. So one of the things too that we've talked about with, and I've had you on the show before, is just how important using photography and things like that is in your branding if you are a business.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wanted to kind of bring that up as well for those that are business owners that are looking at needing photography and such for whether it's a website or a campaign that they may be using.
Yes, absolutely. I love doing business and branding photos as well, especially for micro businesses, small businesses with like just 5 people or something. Using visuals increases people's attention. And if it's a picture of you, it's even greater.
Mm-hmm.
Just think of the last time you changed your profile picture, how many people go in and comment on that.
Mm-hmm.
It works that way with businesses as well. And so if you're trying to build a brand and get awareness out, you've got a campaign coming up, now is the time to start getting those assets together and getting them ready, especially if you're planning to do something for like Black Friday or Christmas or something coming up in that time frame. Now is the time to get that taken so that you've got plenty of time to work out what's going where. And it doesn't have to be just for businesses either. People do personal branding if they're looking for a new job, for instance.
Right.
What does your LinkedIn profile look like?
Mm-hmm.
What are you putting out into the universe? If you're starting to look for things, are you sending out, doing articles online that show your expertise? Have a photo that goes with it and have something cohesive across everywhere you are. What does your Facebook look like? Your Instagram look like your LinkedIn? And does that match your website? And just putting it all together, but not making it exactly the same with just that one picture over and over and over, because that's boring to people.
Yeah.
So give them something a little different every place you are.
And I think, especially for small businesses, that's really important because a lot of times, so they invest a lot in a logo, which logos are important.
Yes, they are.
Let's start that. Their logos are very important. But then my thing is, I want to get to know the person or the people behind the logo, behind the business. So it's one thing for me to see, for example, for me to see Woody's, Watts Creative Studio logo here or the Grove Street FM sign that's neon glowing over here to my left.
Can't miss it.
You definitely can't miss it. But it's another thing to go, oh, okay, well, yeah, that's Watts Creative Studio. But it's another thing to know the person behind the logo. And even putting a name to a face is a big thing for me. So having the branding, whether it's your headshots or things like that people can go to your site and say, oh, okay, hey, I do know who that is. Because it's a lot of times I get a lot of that. Do you know who this is? And I have to pull them up. Yep, I have seen him out before.
Right. It's really good to know who you're working with, because if you walk into a business and you don't know who you're looking for, it's kind of disconcerting.
Right. And Woody, we need to put that Grove Street sign up there near the train. That thing would stop them in their track. Oh, that's great.
Now, I do have a couple of equipment updates later in the episode. We'll talk about that might help that. So continue.
Fun.
We'll get to it.
I was
later.
going to say that was actually much
not bad.
That was
right?
quieter than
we'll
last
talk about
time
the equipment updates. Maybe somebody's listening to my show and they listen to me every week. Like, darn train. Or why do you need to blow your horn right here? Obviously it's not
I lived
needed.
out in Virginia Beach for couple of decades. And we just got used to the F-18s flying over. You just stop talking until they're gone and then pick it up again.
Yeah. Yes. So
that was faster and not as loud. So that's awesome.
Yeah, that one was pretty good. We'll probably get 5 more now because that one was small.
Yeah,
so
I just jinxed us. Sorry.
5 more of us coming
Knock
through.
on wood.
But yeah, so that's definitely something that Maggie can help with is the branding aspect of the pictures and things that you have on your websites or your social media, or even potentially what you're using in ad campaigns and things like that. So I think that's important. So let's, for those that have been listening, they're interested in getting with you on photography before we move to a new hat. How would they get a hold of you? Like, what is a good way for them to reach out and say, hey, I need some pictures?
Well, text is 434-226-0365. So 424-226-0365. Text is better because then I know who you are. I'm not very good at answering my phone because half the time they want to sell me something.
Spam. Yes.
So I'm bad about answering my phone. And sometimes I am stuck in a meeting or somewhere where I can't pick it up. So that's the fastest, easiest way for me to respond. Or email Maggie at Maggie Takes Pics. It's MaggieTakespix.com.
Okay.
The website is MaggieTakesPics.com as well. And that one, if you misspell, it'll redirect you to the right one.
Oh, good.
But email doesn't go. So
no. That'll give you a good old bounce back.
Yeah. And you'll go, does she not exist? No, I exist.
Well, I can definitely, like I said, it's one thing when I have businesses in here and we're talking about things, but I love having businesses that I can truly recommend. Like I can say, hey, we have utilized their services. And Maggie is one that I trust. She does a good job. She makes you feel comfortable. And that you're, the way you look is important to her. So she makes sure that conveys through in what, the picture she takes. So,
I don't want you to look stiff and awkward. I want you to look comfortable.
Even though you feel stiff and awkward, like when you stick your chin, you feel weird,
stiff and awkward, but
you don't look it. Yeah. So, definitely give Maggie a call, so that you can get those pictures done before the end of the year, for the holidays.
Yes. If you want a picture for holidays, now call me now.
Yes. So, and any time, if there's something else you need to interject with the pictures, tell me. I don't want to rush you through all of your hats, but I want to talk about them because I think that's another thing I love about Maggie. So I don't even know if she counted these hats into her 5 hats, but, with the Central Virginia Business Coalition, we rely on our businesses that are members that also help with sponsorship. And they also help with volunteering. And so Maggie does all those things. She does all the things. Maggie Takes Pics as an annual sponsor of our organization. And so, her being that allows us to do the things we do. She allows me to have this podcast every week because she's helping to invest in what we do. But she's also a delegate, which is a volunteer of ours. So, Maggie is out and about. She knows our membership benefits. She knows what's important to myself and my staff and what we are trying to convey to the community and what we do for small business. And so, having her support with that is extremely important to us. So I know just how busy she is with everything else she does. So I don't even know how she has time to help me on the ends that she does, but she does. And I greatly appreciate that. So I'm just going to throw that out there. But,
I truly believe in your mission and what you're doing and what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to reach. So I'm really happy that I'm able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I swear I keep hitting this thing all the time. You'll probably just hear me knocking my head against the microphone half the show. So let's talk about the Adult Care Center.
Yes,
if that's okay. Because the Adult Care Center, I will go ahead and add, is also an annual sponsor of ours. And so we, we love working with them and the mission that they have.
Mm-hmm.
So for those who may not have heard, what is the Adult Care Center?
Adult Care Center of Central Virginia is an adult daytime program for folks who are medically challenged. For whatever reason, they can no longer remain in their homes by themselves, but they're not ready or you don't want to have them go to a facility like an assisted living facility or a nursing facility. So they're still living at home. They still live in the community, but there's a place for them to come during the day so that they can get socialization, they can get medication management, we can watch out for their medical conditions. We feed them lunch and 2 snacks and basically keep them active and engaged and cognitively moving and physically moving and now out and about in the community so that they can live a longer, stronger, happier, healthier life. So a lot of folks come in that are elderly. Most of our folks are elderly. Some have physical disabilities. Some have dementia. We are all trained to be certified dementia practitioners, including myself, even though I am not a direct care person, but I am cross-trained to do direct care just in case. So we have a good understanding of how they process things and have built up communication skills so that we can talk and have one-on-one conversations and make sure that even at the end of the day, if they don't know what they did, they know they feel good about it.
And I think it's such an important, I don't want to say service, but it's definitely something important to have in our community because, when you're a parent and you're looking at children, for an example, and you have to go to work, but you want to make sure your kids are not just roaming the house at the age of 3, making their own, Chef Boyardee or whatever. And so it's kind of that same aspect on the other side of the spectrum where you may be caring for a loved one, a parent, and you can't really have them at home, and maybe you really don't have the option to have in-home care. So you're able to bring them to the adult care center while you're working or you're running errands or you're doing things like that. And they're in an environment where not only are they're safe, but they're having fun. I've seen pictures of you guys and the things you guys do there. Birthday parties and bingo and
absolutely.
I want to come stay there sometimes.
Please.
I just want to come.
We have
hang
fun
out.
every single day. We laugh about something every single day. Just Monday, we did an impromptu trip to Sequest.
I saw that.
Oh,
that
we
looked
had
like fun.
So much fun. And then, of course, we had to have Chick-fil-A for lunch. But we had a blast getting out and about in the community and seeing something new and exciting and different. And yes, they love their version of bocce ball. We have yarn balls so that people with like arthritis and grip issues can actually participate.
Right.
We've adapted that game for them. They are cutthroat bingo players, and you don't even want to start on Hangman because they're, they don't need categories. You just put up letters and they will get it every single time.
It's kind of like my grandparents. We used to be like steady Wheel of Fortune watchers. Like we'd sit in there, I'd sit in their floor on the evenings, and they loved Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah. So well, we do watch Price is Right. That's one of the only TV shows that we, we don't like to have people sitting in front of the TV all day,
right?
But we have to watch Price is Right.
Yeah.
But you don't just watch Price is Right. You play along.
Yes, you do. I love the game shows that you can play along with, like the old game shows. Some of them now I'm just like, what? But no, and y'all, do y'all still do like the birthday fund where like people can donate to where you guys provide like birthday
absolutely
cakes and things? Yes. I remember y'all used to do that. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yes, we do. We do make sure we have cake for every birthday and give them a little gift bag or a gift of some kind, so that they feel super celebrated on their special day.
And y'all just got a new van?
We did. That's why we got to go see.
I think that's cool.
Yes, we worked long and hard for that, and we found somebody who was able to write us some grants, and we put together like 3 different grants to make that happen.
Okay.
And so now we're getting out and about. At some point, we'll get it wrapped so that it's more visible that it's us. But right now, we've got those magnet stickers on the side,
right?
And of course, had to get the license plates.
Now, y'all have some events coming up, to help raise awareness for the Adult Care Center, but also raise a little funds.
Raise some funds. Yeah.
So tell us about those, because I'm excited about the tea. I think I need to sign up for the tea.
You too. First up, though, is our online auction.
Oh, yes.
We are doing basically a silent auction. It's 2 days, October 6th and 7th. So it'll start at 8 o'clock in the morning on the 6th. That ends at 8 p.m. on the 7th. We are still looking for items to be donated to that. And the sooner businesses get those in, the sooner we can put it online and advertise you, because we do put in there who it's from. We're going to start putting those items up like on Facebook as teasers as well.
I was just going to say, can you give us any like secret teaser?
Well, of course, Maggie
things?
Takes Pics has got some things on there.
Well, there you go. Yes. And the CVABC is providing a basically like a gift certificate, like restaurant package,
which is awesome.
Which is really cool. We're going to be
looking
doing
forward to that. Let's see what else. We're working on a package of Liberty things, football package. Let's see what else is on there already. Pampered Chef. Terry gave us a beautiful dish, and we have a bunch of the old recipe books. I'm trying to think of what these things are.
Oh yeah,
called. Lost my word. The Season's Best.
Yes, Season's Best.
We have a big stack of those that are in there,
and those things are really good.
They are.
Can I just say I love my Season's Best?
Oh, I do too.
I use those all the time.
And then, so we've got that package on there already. We have a gift package that is from Cheryl's Cookies and has some tea in it and has 2 tickets to the tea. And that our white glove tea is coming back.
Yes.
This has been gone for 7 years, I believe. We took a little hiatus while we went and did the Smith Mountain Lake Charity Home Tour.
Right.
But now we're going back to producing our tea. It will be on Sunday, November 6th from 1 until about 2:30. So after church, before opera. And it will be at Legacy Auditorium.
Now, are tickets already on sale for that?
Tickets are now on sale.
Okay.
Yes.
What does that include? Like, what is the tea? For anyone who maybe has not been to a tea, how is that going to work?
I haven't been to one of our teas either.
Me either. So this will be a learning experience.
It's a learning experience for everybody. We do have some previous board members and volunteers who have done the tea for us before, and they are heavily involved in it. But we have some volunteers who are making things appropriate to eat at the tea. So we'll have some sweets and some savories.
Okay. Like little sandwiches.
Like the little sandwich.
Little triangle sandwiches.
Yeah. We'll have the little sandwiches, and we'll have some little sweets, and we'll have some little tea, and it'll be a super nice little event. No,
I definitely I do plan on coming to that, because I've been wanting to go to one of those teas, like Tea to Thee. One of our members, she has little teas that I've been meaning to go out and kind of just, they look fun. And I want to hold my pinky in the air.
I've gone to some, do not do that.
What?
No,
I can't hold my pinky in the air?
No.
Why not?
No. Yeah.
What's wrong with holding up my little pinky in the air while I'm drinking my tea? I thought that was a thing.
No, that is not a thing.
Oh, well.
SpongeBob.
And
now I learned.
And Tea to Thee will tell you not to do that. Yeah, I've gone to a couple of
Martha.
Martha will teach you, do not do that.
Okay.
I paid attention, Martha. No, I went out. She did a tea for Evergreen Lavender Farm, and I photographed it. And I paid attention. Don't put the pinky up.
Well, no, you learn something new every time you're on the podcast. I'm telling you, every time I learn something new. So, I'm gonna jump back to the silent auction.
Yes.
If there's a business that's listening that wants to donate something,
yes.
How can they get a hold? And can I just say, because we do silent auctions through the CVABC at times, and don't think that you have something that's just too small to donate, because I know like you can package it with other things.
Yes.
So even if it's something small, $5-10 worth, put it, if it's got your name,
we'll bundle it with somebody.
Yeah, it's a great way to get your name.
We'll make it bigger and better and better, and yeah, absolutely. Would love to.
So
even small things.
Where should they send it, or who should they call? I mean, they should call you, but
right. Call Adult Care Center 434-847-8111. So their number is easy, 847-8111. Or you can email either myself or Micah, the director. My email is office, OFFICE, at adultcarecenter.org. His is director at adultcarecenter.org.
And can we just say really quick, I have, what a joy Micah is to be around.
He is.
He is so, when I first met him, my first thought was, and Micah, please forgive me. My first thought was, wow, this is young. He is young to be running an adult care center. I was sitting here thinking to myself, what does he know about running an adult care center? Boy, does he know a lot. And he is so excited about everything. Like he jumps in like, exuberant is the word I'm looking for.
Exactly.
He's very exuberant about his
exuberant
job.
And joyful and just a pleasure to be around. And he loves our participants and they love him.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Very cool. It's been exciting to see him and how excited he is. So I think like you and him make a great team because you're both so, you love your job and you can tell. Was that me?
That was me.
That was Woody. What he was excited about what you had to offer.
I guess
like,
so.
He was like, bring. So I was like, wait a minute, I didn't think that I did that. But yeah, I just saw a quick shout out to Micah because he's so much fun to talk to. Now, real quick, and I'll bring up one other thing about the Adult Care Center for anyone who's listening that says, "Hey, I may need those services." You guys are y'all state funded? You're not state funded.
We're not.
No.
There is a state grant from the Department of Aging and Rehabilitative Services that will help provide a respite scholarship if someone has financial need for it.
Okay.
But we that funds a tiny little bit, and it's got a very long, complicated math equation to get to what that piece is.
Right.
But it's very helpful if someone can't afford us, even though we are really kind of very affordable.
Right.
And then we also take Medicaid, and we have an agreement with the Veterans Administration. So if they are of nursing home level care but want to still live at home, talk to your Veterans Administration person, and then I can put you in contact with them. Call me at the center.
Oh, that's good to know.
And I'll look that up.
That's good to know. And
because I don't remember her contact info offhand.
Yeah. I just think having somewhere that you feel, what is happening over here?
This
Like,
thing is making noises and I'm trying to disable them. It's like,
what are we talking about
I don't know where they're coming from.
What's happening?
Woody, pay attention.
I am. I'm trying to I'm clicking no, do not notify, but
I don't want notifications anymore.
I know it's weird.
Turn off the notifications.
Well, I just know it's comforting for people to know that their loved ones are being taken care of while they're working or out doing things. And they need the socialization. I think that's one thing I recall
really
from when like my grandmother, after my grandfather passed, she was at home.
Mm-hmm.
She was just sitting at home. And, we would go over there a couple times a day to just check on her and get her food and stuff. But like, she was just always just sitting there watching TV.
Right.
And I feel like, and this is just my, my 2 cents, but I feel like after the loss of my grandfather, she felt like she didn't have anyone to take care of anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so she steadily just progressed quickly downhill because there was nothing stimulating her. There was nothing really getting her up. So I feel like being able to go somewhere like the Adult Care Center would have been extremely good for her because she would have been making relationships with people and still had people to talk to and still had people to, even at times help. I mean, who knows? I'm sure they help each other do things.
Exactly. Now it touched my heart when I found them. When I first came out here, I knew I was going to restart my business, but I also knew it was going to take a little while. So I wanted something part-time that I could work with. And they were advertising for a business manager. And I said, oh, this sounds interesting. What is this? My father could have used this service. His life would have been so much better. My stepmother's life would have been so much better. He would have gotten socialization because he sat at home basically because, he didn't really like to go out and about someplace, but he really loved people and literally loved talking to them. But my stepmother would have to go she worked part-time for years and years and years, and she felt bad leaving him alone, but she needed to go out and earn some extra cash. And she just couldn't always be there to entertain him. And she's got a life of her own to live and needed that respite because let me tell you, 24/7 caregiving is wearing. Just the 9 hours that they're at our center takes a lot of energy. And I just can't imagine, having to do that all day, every day and never have a break.
Well, and then also too, and I'm going to throw this out there, is that I think when you're constantly caring for your loved one, then I'm trying to think of the best way to say this, but like, if you're caring for them and then they see you more as a caregiver than as family, and then sometimes it causes a big issue.
There's a big dynamic shift.
Yeah.
there.
You no longer want to go be around them because then you're like, oh, well, I take care of them all the time. So why do I want to go visit, my grandparents or this if I'm taking care of them all the time? So I think there's also a little piece of it to that helps because you're not being the caregiver and the daughter or the son or the, whomever. And you're able to separate that out.
Right.
So there we go. On to the next hat. Do we have more hats? Okay.
I have more hats, but I'm also on the board of Second Stage in Amherst, and I am a member of the Amherst Women's Club, currently their first vice president and program chair.
Okay.
So, I don't have enough to do.
Second Stage Amherst. So I'm bringing that up. So let's talk about theater
Also
now.
members. They are not actually a theater.
They're not a theater.
They're a venue.
Okay. Are they housed in an old theater?
No, they're housed in an old church.
Church.
Yes, they are in.
I just know I danced on a stage. I was like,
there is a stage. Yes, there is a stage. That is actually the former altar area of Amherst Baptist Church, who outgrew the facility and moved to another location. And the county, I believe it was going to tear down the building and put in parking. And a group of community members said, no, you're not. We're going to refurbish this building, turn it into an event venue. The Sunday school classrooms are now housing micro businesses, 1 and 2 person businesses.
Oh, very cool.
So those are now offices that they rent. And you can rent out the community room or the main hall. And
there's also a coffee shop.
There's a coffee shop. Baines Books and Coffee has a space down in the side lobby. And we've got a whole bunch of events coming up. September 17th is an open house. So you can come in and see the space. And we're bringing in a lot of nonprofits to come and just kind of like your community giving fair, but smaller and Amherst focused.
Right.
So come out and see what we have in the community, because it's what the existence is for, is to create community.
And I know y'all have done, so like, you're not a theater, but like y'all have done arts and music and all kinds of things there at the facility.
Agar comes in and does a monthly concert. We have music lessons, voice, violin, piano. Those are housed regularly in there. And we'll have some other events coming up too. It looks like we're doing a haunted house.
Ooh, fun. Do they need a Bigfoot?
Yeah. I will ask them.
Do a Bigfoot room.
He's not very scary though. He's like the friendliest looking Bigfoot.
Well, that's good, because we're doing trunk or treat out in the parking lot. Trunk or treat is in the parking lot, and then we're looking at having a haunted house down in the lower level of the church.
Bigfoot just asked for any events you want him to appear at, that it'd be probably about 40 degrees outside, because his fur is really thick and hot. So that's his only request.
Well, it's always cold by Halloween.
There we go.
Because I remember every year my daughter wanted to dress up as something that did not require a coat, and every year she had to cover up in a coat.
Yep.
So you couldn't see her costume.
Yes.
Halloween in July.
Yes. That's something completely. I actually had somebody message me the other day and asked me if I knew when the town of Bedford was doing Halloween.
That's
because a few years. Well, you remember a few years ago, and then somehow I'm like, I'm assuming on Halloween, like they don't change.
Well,
so, on Halloween, friends.
Yeah.
I just lost my whole train of thought there. I just
trying to think when Halloween was. If it was canceled,
No, definitely. I want to talk about I'm all out of the sorts now.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. The end. No. I think though with second stage we were that's where we were going with that and Halloween and haunted houses and Bigfoot and all those good things.
Yes.
There are a lot of opportunities coming up in our area for events and such. And so we're going to have our next guest who is in our lobby is going to be coming in just a minute. She is from Sugar Blush Bakery. Is she in? She's not here. She actually may not be in here today. Oh, you know what?
I think you saw her come in.
I think you were seeing Woody's
yes,
his assistant.
That's Miss Casey.
That's Miss Casey. See, that's where I got all flustered because she was like, I think Gabby's here, and I was like, I don't see anyone, but maybe she is. And then my whole brain went all craziness. But
I didn't want to take the whole hour if we had to share with somebody else. So
Well, now but with all the hat you wear, it's like you have 4 different people in here.
Yeah, we had all kinds of people rolling around here.
Honestly,
I am all of the people.
You're all the guests, so it's totally fine.
So, and that's one of the other things. So, if you call me, leave me a message because I don't know what you're calling me about.
Right?
Are you calling me about second stage? Are you calling me about Adult Care Center? Are you calling me about Maggie Takes Pics? Are you calling me about the Amherst Women's Club? I need a clue. So please leave a message, and that's more than just your name and phone number, so I can have the information in front of me when I call back.
And to those businesses who listen to me and say, I would be so nervous to get on your show. Look, dude, you just see that whole 5 minutes of what is Heather even talking about? Because you mess up all the time, and it's just fun, and you go with the flow, right? Woody, you just go with it.
Amen.
It's fun.
That's what makes it fun and casual. Brandon and I were talking about that earlier today, where that's the difference in the shows here and the podcast and, like your radio stations and TV stations, they're fine. But here, it's such a good, genuine, transparent, casual conversation.
Yep.
And they're not, the conversations aren't sales pitchy or commercially. They're really people talking about what they love and their community and how many hats you wear. And so I appreciate it. That's what I like about it.
So we've got about 10 minutes left, and I do want to very quickly, Woody, throw out. You've got the Grove is looking pretty good over there in the other room. You've
about
got your
time, right? Everybody heard
venue.
Me say, "Hey, June, here it comes," and now it's September. So about time it looks good.
I'm not going to lie,
it's August, and I'm not going to let you say it's September until tomorrow. Today is still August. I'm not ready for pumpkin spice season. I'm sorry, it's still margarita season.
Well, and I'm not going to lie. The last time I was here and I went to get a water bottle, it didn't look like much was happening there. And then all of a sudden it was
boom. It's beautiful.
It looked great.
Well, thank you. Yes, it took a while. But I think we've finally gotten it to the point where we got lights up, tables up. There are a few more things going in, but that'll probably be the next couple months. But yeah, we're excited. We've already got people booking it, which was just a huge blessing that we really didn't anticipate, really. But people are interested, and we've got some. I actually just met with Brian today. We got some really cool additions already that we're planning for the winter. So this is going to be a cool little venue. I might have to build another podcast studio next door or something.
Well, it's so much you could do.
Yeah, but we have a couple of baby showers. It's a good intimate space. What we're saying is, if you have a smaller event for 25, 30, maybe at most 40 people. And you're just looking for a cool little room to have your event, meeting, baby shower, something like that, then look us up.
Awesome. Well, I am going to do a quick pitch for a couple things. Bedford Center Fest coming up September 24th. If you're listening, today is your last day to sign up for a vendor booth. For Bedford Center Fest. And I mean it.
I thought it was Monday.
No, it's today.
I thought it was last Monday.
So it was supposed to have been 2 days ago. Autumn extended it to the end of it. Are you sure?
Yep. Autumn, did you really extend
I double checked this morning. So it is 5:00 today. That's it. That's the cutoff. Today.
So if you're listening to this tomorrow, it's too late.
Yeah, you're done. So August 31st. Let me just go ahead and say what today is.
August 31st, 5 p.m.
5 p.m. Last day.
Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m.
Eastern Standard. Yep.
We do have more booths.
No, we're in daylight
this
time.
Year. More vendors.
Good.
7 bands.
Wow. 7.
Yep.
Awesome.
We have Virginia Eagle is coming out with the beer truck. We got about 6 different beers that are going to be available for you to come out to the market and listen to some music and check out all the food trucks and the vendors and the kid zone. We got all kinds of bounce houses and slides and obstacle courses and fun stuff for the kiddos that will be free. There's no charge for your kids to get in there and have fun. Lots of fun things. We have Balloon Dude Travis will be here from 12 to 3 making cool balloon animals. Lots of good stuff. So September 24th from 10 to 3. Come check out downtown Bedford. And then I'm going to put in a quick plug for next week's show. If you September the 7th, I think. Is that next week?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why are we laughing at me?
Because this has been, not that you're not excited for every show, but I like for you to call me and be this excited for this guest, and then it's been at the top of your mind ever since. It's fun.
Like, who would not be excited for this guest?
It's just fun. It's fun. One, it's fun that he's going to be on this show, right? But it's also just fun that like ever since you booked him, it's just been like ready.
To
like
watch her.
I can't wait.
Be excited about this show.
Exactly.
I can't wait. I mean, I've had people messaging me like, how do I subscribe to listen and how do I do this? So if you're listening, make sure that you have next week's show. Like you're ready to
you want to listen live.
Yeah, he is calling in live.
Yeah.
Just he's not going to be here in person with me, sadly. Like sad face.
Do not sit outside.
He will. Yeah, please
studio.
don't come to.
You're going to be disappointed when Woody walks out.
don't come to one. Don't come to Grove Street and
don't come
and sit outside. He's not going to be here, but. I will be interviewing singer, songwriter, and actor Charles Easton next week on the show. So for those of you who are not familiar with who that is, or maybe just don't recognize the name, he's best known for his role as Ward Cameron on the Netflix global hit show Outer Banks, and Deacon Claiborne in the ABC CMT's Nashville. And has performed hundreds of concerts live, and he's done tours in the U.S., Germany, Amsterdam, and the U.K. He is also got a, he's got a CD out. He's got appearances that he's been making. He's made 150 appearances to date. He actually was most notably at the Grand Ole Opry, and he opened at the Ryman for Deanna Carter back in November. So, I'm really excited to have him, on the show. We're gonna talk a bit about, he is coming, so he will actually be performing on September 10th at the Coves at Smith Mountain Lake. He has a concert there, which you can still purchase tickets to if you are listening today, and the proceeds for that go to the Smith Mountain Lake Good Neighbors Association. So it's a really great foundation that you're going to be supporting. This is the second year, and he's thrilled to be returning to Smith Mountain Lake. And so he will be, like I said, performing live there on Saturday, September the 10th. So I just took a shot and reached out and was like, hey, you want to come on my podcast and talk a little bit about your music? And when it's funny because most people, when I tell them that's what I'm talking to him about, they don't realize he's a musician. Most people know him for the actor. He's been on one of my
because they've seen his picture.
Yeah. Well, like he's on Whose Line Is It Anyway? If any of you guys have ever watched that with Drew Carey, go back and Google the episodes Charles Easton. He is hilarious.
The funny thing is when you post the picture, I'm bad with names, but as soon as I saw him, I was like, oh, I've seen him in 1,000 things.
Oh,
he's great.
He's hilarious.
He's got he's like one of those actors that had I don't know the name, but the face, it's instantly all okay, I know him.
Yeah, he was in The Office.
Yeah.
My daughter, most notably, and this is like, and I have to tell him this when I talk to him, is like all these things he's noted for, like Nashville, and my daughter's like, yes, the dad from Hey Jesse from Disney. She's like, can you please get me his autograph so I can say I had the dad from Hey Jesse? And literally he's on maybe 6 episodes of Hey Jesse, but that's what she knows him from. But I've gone back and watched some of his YouTube videos. On YouTube, where he was on Whose Line Is It Anyway? Drew Carey and them. Mm-hmm. So funny.
Yeah. He's really funny.
So funny. So I'm super excited to have him on and be able to talk to him next week. So I'd love for you guys to listen in and hear what he has to say. We're going to talk a little bit about his music, his acting. I know that he's currently filming The Outer Banks right now. they're supposed to be flying back next week, is what I was told. So I'm not sure how much he can tell us about the third season, but if you're a fan of Outer Banks, which I am, I have watched every episode. I love the Outer Banks. And, he's kind of I don't know if either of y'all have seen it, but he's the guy you love to hate. He's the evil, not really the evil, but he's not, you're not a fan of his on the Outer Banks where so much as you were on Nashville where you were pulling for him. But I kind of love that. I love the fact that he can play so many different roles. And he's a good character actor. Yeah. He's great. Yeah. Great. So I may be able to talk to him. If not, Woody, I will have a list of questions.
I'll take over.
For you to ask him, and when I sit here and babble.
I've got a couple questions I'd like to ask him.
Well, you remember how flustered I got just when Phil Vassar called in. I could barely even talk to Phil Vassar. And I mean, I'm going to be like, blah, blah, blah.
I'm just going to have to kill your mic and I'll just take over.
Just take over.
I'm like,
Charles is totally fine.
Like, I'm sorry, you were supposed to talk to Heather.
We're having some technical issues.
Yes.
Well, and I am super excited.
Why is Heather's mic so breathy over there? I don't understand.
Well, Autumn's coming too, because of course she's really excited.
God, it's going to be a full house of just geeking out. Okay.
It will be a full house.
I'll prepare myself the day before.
It will be a full house. But I am excited because we're going to go to his concert as well. I got tickets to that, so I'm looking forward to it. And I heard last time he came that he was great about coming down into the audience and like taking pictures with everybody because it's a very laid back setting. Yeah. So he was able to kind of converse with people, and I'm really excited to hopefully be able to do that. So tune in next week to Talk Local to Me. And hopefully you, Heather, will not babble through the whole entire show. But we'll also be talking with some other guests, not just Charles, but some other guests that will be on next week. So make sure you're on our calendar, noon to 1, grovestreet.fm.